Hey folks, welcome to Underfunded Projects, the channel where I'm going to be showing off some of my LEGO MOCs and modifications. My name is Gabriel, and today we're going to be looking at the Blue Lightning Jet, aka the Lightning Jet Mark II, aka the Sky Shark. Now, if you watched my last video, you know that this series is based off of the real-world fighter jet, the F-35B Lightning II, which is a fighter jet that uses VTOL to take off vertically and fly off into the sunset. And this was Mark I, the Red Lightning Jet, and you can tell that this one is so much better. I'm so excited. You can also probably tell that this is post-organization of all of my LEGO pieces. So it was a lot easier to find all the pieces I needed to accomplish the vision of this design. So once again, this will have a lift fan. Sadly, it will be the only source of vertical lift. There are no other engines that point downward to balance it out. So we're just going to have to use our imagination. Now, the last fighter jet was 37 studs long and 20 studs wide, whereas this one is 39 studs long and 30 studs wide. So not much longer, but a lot wider. These wings, instead of moving up and down themselves on a pin joint, they actually have flaps to accomplish a similar thing since there aren't engines, which I would probably put on since the rear engine, which is just a single engine, does not move down. And to make it do such a thing would require redesigning the whole back of the aircraft. Now, the rear horizontal stabilizers also move up and down just like the last one, but they also rotate a little bit as well. And that just helps stabilize the aircraft even more, I think, maybe. I don't know how physics works. Now, you might be wondering, where is the lift fan that I was talking about? It's right behind the pilot seat, a little closer to the center of the aircraft this time. It is hidden by the slope pieces, which are on rails, which slide back to reveal the lift fan, and that just makes it so that when it's in flight, it doesn't create drag when that space is open. So it closes up once the aircraft is in flight. So the lift fan actually also rotates so that it utilizes the intake's airflow, and that just continues back to the rear engine and gives it a little more oomph. And designing this whole center of the aircraft, it was probably half the reason I even did this MOC. But it was a lot of fun and a relatively big challenge to use as few pieces as possible to accomplish the task in true Underfunded Projects fashion. And then the section right behind the lift fan section is a hatch that opens up and you can put tools in there, or realistically it would just be a continuation of the engine from the lift fan. The pilot seat is a lot better. That whole nose section is a lot better. Everything's more flush. There's more space in the pilot seat, and there are less gaps, except for that little cheese slope. And then you can see kind of the size comparison with the minifigure standing there. And instead of the nose jutting out very far from the pilot seat, it's a lot more compact, which is nice. Now, that slope wedge piece is actually from Island Extreme Stunts theme Air Chase, which is LEGO set 6735. And if you guys remember this, kudos to you. This was a great little theme, and it was attached to an awesome video game where you play as Pepperoni, the pizza delivery boy who uses a skateboard. And he has so many run-ins with the Brickster, who's just trying to mess things up. So that was a really fun piece to put in there, and that's why I call it the Sky Shark. And yeah. Now, taking a look under the fighter jet on the belly, you can see the arsenal of weapons there beside the cockpit area. And those guns actually tilt downward in case of an air-to-ground attack. And then you can see it actually has landing gear, which the last one didn't have, because I just didn't think about it. But an aircraft probably needs landing gear. regardless if it needs to take off on a ramp or if it just lifts up vertically. So yeah, that's really it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what I could have done better other than the obvious things I've already mentioned, because I'm very self-conscious. And let me know what I should do in the future for my Lego MOCs. I have already worked on the third version of the F-35, so that's going to be fun to look at and build, because I haven't actually built it yet. I've just designed it, and now I need to order the parts, and then we can take a look at it together. So yeah, do your standard YouTube things. Comment, like, subscribe, or don't. You're an adult, do what you want. And I'll see you next time. All right, bye.